Hi everyone, let me just fix myself here. Welcome back to a new video, a new tutorial, and this week I'm painting a lovely lighthouse from Ohio. It's a Marblehead lighthouse, and this was requested to me by Tom. If you're out there, thank you very much, Tom, for your support. It really means a lot, and I'm looking forward to painting this one for you this week. I'm going to paint a nice dark sky with the lighthouse in front, and there's some lovely trees around just around the lighthouse as well. So we're going to have a bit of fun with some blues and greens this time, and create some water, some little waves crashing on the rocks, that type of stuff. Nice, easy to follow tutorial again. I like to keep things nice and simple, so I'm going to swing this camera around and I am going to show you my setup. I have a quick sketch done here and I want to name my colours for you. So here we go. Now I'm just bear with me for a moment while I swing the camera around and try and zoom in on the photograph, or the canvas for you. Okay? Won't take a second. Now, so here we are. And I want to position this just right so you can get a good look at everything that I can see here. There. How's that? Looks good? Okay. This is the lighthouse, and you can see I just sketched it very quickly, and you should see it on your screen there. Let's crack on and have a bit of fun with this. Right, I am going now. I have turpentine here, a little drop of turpentine in a bowl, and let me just turn the screen around here so I can see. Yeah, everything is okay. I have tearaway palette. My colours are titanium white, cadmium yellow pale, Naples yellow, phthalo blue. I have some cadmium red, some lamp black, some magenta, and some burnt umber. Now I might add one or two colours to that as we go. We'll see how it goes. Okay? Now let me just switch on my tablet here so I can see the photograph, and it's a gorgeous photograph, it really, really is. Now, there we are. Beautiful lighthouse, absolutely stunning, look at that. So I'm thinking, we could do a bright sky with some nice clouds floating through, or we could do a dark sky with some whitey clouds going through. I think we'll go for the dark sky, shall we? Against this bright lighthouse, it might look good, I think. So you see, there are lots of different ways we can approach this. Now, let me just think about this for a moment. Yeah, I think I'll go for a dark sky. So let me just dampen my brush very quickly and dab it on the tissue. Okay, just like so. And I'm going to take some phthalo blue, plenty of it, and some white. And immediately the white makes it thick and creamy again. So I'm going to just thin it very, very gently here. Very gently. And then I'm going to take some, let's try some black, a little touch of black into that. Now I do want to keep this on the blue side. Let me just try this now and see. Yeah, it's not bad. Let me take a touch of red, just to warm it slightly. Very, very slightly. Let's paint it across the top. And let me just take a look at that now. I'm just going to clean my brush on the tissue very quickly. And I'm going to take more black. And I'm going to take a touch of burnt umber. Okay, and some white. And I want to make it more kind of on the grey side as it comes down. Now I'm going to go through the top section of the lighthouse, okay, don't worry about that. We can paint that back in again later. And I'm going to gently go down each side of the lighthouse. Nice thick colour now on my brush. This is almost just really thick paint. I'm going to leave the trees. So I'm just going to go around the trees gently there, like that. And this little stubby brush is brilliant for this because I can really get down into the canvas, you see. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And if you would like to get a hold of some of these brushes, just let me know at stephen.12@gmail.com, and I will organise some of those for you. I can get them and I can send them on to you, I can post them on to you. You can pay me through PayPal and I will get them to you. But store is out of stock at the moment, and because they're so popular, so I have an order put in, and I should have them in a week or so for anyone who's waiting. So yeah, I will endeavour to get them to you as soon as possible. Now I'm going to lighten this slightly as I come down. I'll take some white, let's take a touch of Naples yellow in this. Because I do want to create some depth as well. I don't want it to be too dark all the way down. And maybe some white down at the horizon there. Let me just take some thick white and mix it on the canvas, you see. Now, there we are. So we have a nice dark sky there now, don't we? Dark enough, I don't want to go too dark with this. Okay, clouds. Let's do some nice simple clouds. I will take, now let me have a look at my brushes here. We have a choice. Now this is only a few, I do have a lot more brushes lying around. I'll go with this one here, look. Just a very kind of a rough brush. And let's take some, let's take a touch of phthalo blue here, and lots of white. And again, a dry brush. And I might even take a touch of cadmium red as well, just a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. And with that, very thick whitey colour, let's start putting some clouds in. And the light is going to come from the left hand side, so I'm going to keep the light on the left hand side of these clouds. And look, I'm just going around in circular motions with the cloud, like so, softening it and scrubbing it down into that colour underneath. See? And I'm kind of letting the brush dance around on the canvas, you see. I'm scrubbing, I'm swirling, I'm flicking, I'm just letting it move around, and it's softening into all that dark colour behind. Nice simple clouds. Now I'm just going to take a soft brush for a moment, and I want to soften that back in here, okay? Like this. There. And then I'm going to go back into my colour, and I'm going to put another white cloud just here. So I'm cutting in front of that one. There we are. Again, circular motions. Round and round and round. And you could even, look, you could even use our finger to soften it back. So now you can see we have some lovely clouds coming into the sky already, and it was so easy. Now I'm making them slightly pinker because I want, although it's a cold sky, I want kind of a warm cloud, if that makes sense. So yeah, and as they come down further then they get more horizontal, don't they? And let's soften them in like this. Soften the ends like so, and let's keep going with this now. This is nice, I'm having a bit of fun with this. I'm going to take some Naples yellow with the pink and create just one or two nice kind of warm highlights just here and there on those clouds. Just subtle little highlights. So this one now is quite pinky in the distance, and it could just be because the sun is kind of going down out of the painting somewhere. But let's, let's mess around with it, give it a bit of colour. Bit of colour is good, and the complementary colours as well, the pink against the blue, will really kind of complement one another. There you see. Look at that. How lovely is that? round and round and round in circles. That's all we're doing. And I'm going to soften that right in. Because although it's a very kind of a rough sky, it can be kind of kept subtle as well at the same time. And I'll put another one up here, coming down from above. Okay, like so. I'll soften that off in then. So we don't necessarily have to use our blender brush all the time, you see. And I think I'll put one more, just for a bit of balance. Let me just lighten one or two along here. And I'm not even looking at the reference photo now, to be honest. I'm just making the sky my own. The only reason I have the reference photo there is for the drawing of the lighthouse. That's kind of pretty much all. I'm doing these colours completely out of my own head. And it's good to try that too from time to time. You know, I'm self-taught. I kind of taught myself as I was going along. And that's a nice way, because you can get your own technique, you can get your own views on colours. You teach yourself to look for certain colours in a landscape and match them up. Let's put one more, I think, coming down here. Like that. There. And that's the sky done. Pretty much. I don't think we need to do any more with that. No. Okay, nice simple sky. Right, we have some trees. Let's go wild with some trees, yes? I'm taking this brush and I'm just checking my camera now just to make sure that you guys can see everything properly here. Okay, that looks good. I'm still experimenting with this new camcorder, you see, so do forgive me, but I'm getting better and better and better as time goes on. Okay, a nice green. Let's dampen the brush again, okay, a wet brush, just damp, and let's go for a dark green first. So some black and lots of yellow. So black and yellow do make a wonderful green. And just those two colours together, I think, will be enough. And let's put that in here. And I'm just very quickly looking at the photograph. Again, I just want to make an impression of the scene. And thank you all for your support out there. And I do apologise if I'm kind of gibbering on a little bit and talking a bit too much possibly, but that's just, I just love talking to you viewers and giving you some insight into my life, I suppose. I think it's nicer. I do try to connect with the audience as well. I think that's a good thing to have. When painting tutorials like this, you need to kind of connect with people, don't you? I find it does help. Now, let's just get some of those in. Quick couple of dabs down here like that. So that's the basic filling and done. Now I'm going to put some darker colour in here. So some phthalo blue with some black, and I'm going to put some nice shadow in behind the lighthouse here, because that'll show lovely then when the lighthouse goes in, when it's painted, you see. So we'll have a nice bright lighthouse then to work with. Some more blue, some yellow, some black. Let's get some colours in here, some darks, and it's all kind of drying in now very, very quickly on this canvas. So I'm just dabbing the brush here, there and everywhere, look, see? And I want a really dark colour for right down in this corner here. Now, okay, that's that. I'm now going to go to another brush and start putting in some highlights, so some bright colours this time. And I'm going to start, you see, I always put in my darks first and then I put in my lights on top of that. So we do have two little trees here, but I'm going to paint the ocean first, so I get back to them later. Let's try this brush here. So now I won't dampen it actually. Let's take some cadmium yellow and let's take a touch of red and plenty of white just to warm that slightly. Now I want to try this first and just see how this looks. Right, let's try it up here. Very gently dab that down, and you see I'm almost kind of going from left to right, and I'm softening it down into that dark colour then. There we are. And we can put a bit here. So I'm just kind of creating different layers of trees, that's all, and I'm keeping it quite simple. Okay, and follow that. Now let's take a bit more red, a bit more yellow, and I'm going to warm it up ever so slightly. Some more yellow, perhaps a little touch of white, and I'm going to keep that dark and cut in front of that dark then with this one. Okay. So there, how is that? Now I'm going to switch to a different brush for the smaller trees on that side, and forgive me now for a minute while I find the brush. Yeah, we'll try this one. Just a slightly smaller brush. And let me take some white again, some yellow, touch of red maybe, and let's try this. I need to lighten that a bit more, don't I? So you could use your big green stubby brush for this as well if you wanted. That would also give you a fantastic result. But for the smaller ones, I just find a small brush is just that little bit easier to control rather than a big brush, if you understand. I'll show you the big brush and I'll show you what I mean. So it's blue now, so I'll just give it a quick dab in my turpentine and a quick dry on my tissue. And let's take some yellow and some white at the corner of the brush. Now this is very worn, you see that? It's a very worn brush. Let's try that. So you see that's quite nice now, isn't it? So that gives a nice effect as well, doesn't it? Okay, moving on. I want to put a hint of sky colour, or even sea colour in there. So some phthalo blue with some black, and just suggest some of that here and there under that, okay? See? Just here and there. And then I'm going to put in some nice tree trunks with some black and some brown, just for now. I will lighten them later. I'll put some highlights and stuff on them. See, it's just a suggestion, that's all. And in fact, you know what, let's put some highlights on them. Naples yellow and some cadmium red. Let's just hit them with a little highlight, I suppose, as we're here. Isn't that right? Okay. Lighthouse time. I was looking forward to this now. This is the most important part of the whole painting. Lighthouse time. Let me have a look at my brushes now and see what I'm going to use. Okay. I will use my green medium stubby brush for this. I'll dampen it and I will take some yellow with some white. Now I picked up most of white there, but there was a touch of yellow on it, that's fine. Take a touch of red. Let's take more Naples yellow in this now, and I have to get more white because my white has gone. And let's take plenty of white in this. So this is going to be the light side of the lighthouse. Just paint that in. And look, don't worry if you pick up some of the green, that's absolutely fine. Just give your brush a wipe on the tissue and go back in again. And just paint that in. And then as we get to the other side, I'm going to start adding some pinks and mauves to this. So a bit more red in the mix this time, a bit of red, a bit of blue. Soften it over into that light colour. Okay, because it's very important to have a shadow on everything. Shadows are what make up everything that we look at. So everything that you look at right now has a shadow. Has a light side and a dark side. At least most of what you look at. And that's what brings everything to life in a kind of a 3D fashion, you know. Shadows. Shadows bring things to life. So I'm softening the shadow now across into that light, just with downward strokes, look. Okay? And let me just switch brushes for a moment. I'm going to take some black and just put a hint of really dark kind of colour just here and there. Centre. And let's take a bit of brown even with the black. And we can put some of that in there. Just to add a bit of colour to this lighthouse, that's all. You just don't want the plain white, do you? Right, clean that and let's pick up some white with a little Naples yellow and let's brighten some of this side here. Now let's come back down and pull some of that bright colour in to the very front, and I'm going to warm it now. I'm going to add some Naples yellow with some let's go with magenta. Naples yellow and magenta. Warm that slightly, look. The hint of, almost a hint of pink in this. And then on the shadow side, I'm just going to take some phthalo blue with some white. And I'm going to give that shadow a little touch of luminosity. Look, just here and there. How's that? Yeah. Now we may have some shadow from a tree, here and there on the front, so let's suggest that. See, just like so. Little dabs here and there. And then let's do the top section. And I know I'm kind of going through this pretty quickly, but I just wanted to keep the tutorial nice and quick and easy. A nice simple tutorial on this lighthouse. And I do want to try and get it finished in one part, if that helps. I don't want to have to come back again in part 2 just to do small little bits and pieces. So yeah. And then we have a little section on top. And now, a little bit of shadow on those. Let's get some blue, some cadmium red. That a nice bit of shadow over here. Yeah. It's not looking too bad, is it? Right, we can come back to this. There's just one section there in the middle which is just kind of bothering me, and I'm going to take some white with some cadmium red and some Naples yellow, and I want to just really get some nice warm colour on that. There, that's better. That's more of what I was looking for. That's it, that's much better. Now, it just has that nice bit of a glow to it, doesn't it? And I'll stick a bit here as well. So, small brush. We have a nice red canopy on this. So let's take some cadmium red and put a nice little canopy over this. Now, I'll just stay quiet and you can watch. And we come down here. Some railings. Like that. And let's put in a suggestion of those across there. Stick some dark across the centre here where it gets kind of darker. And I'm going to take a small little brush then, a very small pointy brush, and I'm going to suggest some little windows and all sorts of things up here. Okay, let's do some of that. There, and we have let's see, we have a couple of windows here, and it's just an impression, that's all. Right, Now, we have windows down further, don't we? In fact, we have a little line coming across here as well, which I might as well put in. And then we have some windows. Let me just put in a general impression of a window there, and let me put in one down here, further down. And we have a timber surround on those, some Naples yellow, burnt umber, touch of red. Okay. Like so. And let's give that a little shadow at the back here. And a little at the back here. Okay. How was all that looking? Not too bad now, is it? We can kind of add little bits as we see fit later, can't we? You know, little touches here and there, brickwork, that type of thing. So let's just leave the lighthouse as it is like that for now, and let's do the, oh, look, we'll do this rough area here. Yeah, let's do that. Right, let me take a brush. I'll go with this brush, my medium stubby. Let's just take some burnt umber. You hear that plane passing over there? It's quite low. Let's just fill this in all the way along. Let's go in front of the lighthouse there. And let me just, one second, I'm going to switch brushes here now because I'm not happy with that. Right. Let's go along in front of that. Very general. Let's just put this in. I'm not worried too much about this because we have to paint our ocean and stuff like that. So not to worry too much about that just yet. Let's make it a bit dark with the back here because we will have a shadow, won't we? And let me get some Naples yellow. Some Naples yellow, some burnt umber. And I'm going to hit some light on that. Now we have some light on this also. We'll pull that down like so. And let's create some light just here and there on those rocks. See? Just very simply. Again, I'm not being too fussy about details on this. So just keep it easy. You can go into a lot more detail if you like, but I prefer just to keep things simple like this. It's an impression rather than an actual photographic image. And of course you could use your knife for this also if you wanted. That would be fine as well. Now let me take some blue and some red. A nice shadow colour for some of these rocks here. And how is that looking so far? Pretty good. Now let's get this water in. So I'll switch now and get a clean brush for this. Okay, just a clean simple flat brush. And I'm going to take some blue and some white. And I'll take a touch of black, just a touch. So there's still a bit of green in this as well. Now, perhaps a hint of brown as well, look. Just to tone it down slightly. So we have a nice kind of a bluey green. Isn't that right? Paint that down. Thank you very much for this, Tom. It's been a beautiful scene to paint. Lovely little lighthouse. Now I will probably brighten it a little as I go. It will darken a bit more, so I will brighten it a bit more, I think. But for now, we'll just concentrate on getting these colours in here. And let's make it nice and dark in here, so that we can then paint a nice reflection of that lighthouse. Okay. There we go, now nice and dark. Right, clean my little flat brush. And I'm going to suggest some light colour there from that lighthouse. Okay, so wherever it is, let's just put a little wiggle here and there. And it is a little warm as well in places. So I'm adding a touch of this pinky colour also. See, just like this. And I'll add some dark as well, because there is some dark sections also. Just wiggle it from side to side. That's all I'm doing. And take this little brush here, soften that together very gently. So now we have a little reflection of our lighthouse, just a very light general reflection. So I want to, the next thing I want to do is just finish some of that rock area. So I'm just going to take some burnt umber for that, and I'm just going to go in here and cut up into the water, just to finish off what we painted over. And I might even get some nice little knife work done here in a minute on these rocks. And let's take some highlight for those. See, just little marks. A series of small marks. So, water. Let's get some water done. I might stick with this brush for now, because it's nice and flat. Let me take some of this light bluey colour here, and let's just indicate some water just lapping up here onto the rocks. Okay. You can use a knife for this, or your fan brush even. I'll show you how to use a fan brush for this now, just in a moment. I'm just going to get some rough texture on the water just with this brush, just for now. Suggest some water breaking off in the distance, perhaps. You see, I'm just giving it a dab of colour here and there. I'm keeping it all nice and simple. Okay, fan brush and some of that bright colour, and let's go here, look, dab 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 dab, just very loosely. Okay, try not to focus too much on it, try not to be too perfect with this, just dab 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 dab. Okay. See? Let's put a bit in here. And let's even, look, create some roughage in the water there with the fan brush as well. See? Just pull it sideways. Nice and loose and fresh, not worrying too much about getting it absolutely perfect. There. Now I'll take my very small pointy brush and get some nice bright little details with this. See, just to emphasize that water a little bit more. And I might even go up there and brighten this. See, so I'm looking around now and I'm going to brighten areas that I think need brightening. I will probably go up and brighten the lighthouse as well a little. Okay, small pointy brush, just downward strokes. Here and there. Now there are a couple of trees that we missed, isn't there? So let's put those in. Let's put 2 trees in here. One here. And we have another one here next to it. And let's just suggest a couple of little branches coming off of it here and there. Okay, just like that. And let's suggest a little highlight also. And now, let's take a brush. What brush will we use? Okay, let's just try this one. It's fairly banged up now, it's loose and all sorts of stuff, but it'll do fine for this. Some black and some yellow. Give us a nice dark green again. And let's just put in that. Okay, nice dark green just there. And then let's give it a quick clean and take some cadmium yellow with some white, and let's suggest some highlights on those trees. Let's just get some highlight there just on the left hand side. And that's it. Job done. Okay, so you could kind of go around now adding little touches here and there if you want. Look, little highlights on some of these tree trunks over here. You could, as I said, do with a knife work there if you wanted to. On the rocks, but it's entirely up to yourself. I just want to keep this simple, just for now. I'll probably come back maybe when it's finished and add some more little details here and there, but on a whole I think it looks pretty good. Now let me just put some seagulls in. Okay, nice simple seagulls. First with white, like that. And 3 is a good number, isn't it? And then little black on the tips of the wings. Like so. And a little dot underneath for the legs. 2 little dots. There. And then, last but not least, I must sign. So I'll come over here. S. Conway. And that, my friends, is it. A lovely painting of Marblehead Lighthouse. And let me just zoom in here now, nice and easy for you, so you can get a good look around. So there we are, nice and simple. Isn't that lovely? Nice simple clouds. It was all done very, very easily and very quickly. So there we go. So let me turn this camera around here now so you can see me. There we are. That's better now. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lovely picture to paint. I might keep working away on this now, just putting in little details. Maybe brighten some of the highlights a bit more and darken some of the shadows. Maybe do a bit more work on the sea, just make more rough water in there. So, but in general, it's a nice simple tutorial of the lighthouse, and I hope you got some nice hints and tips from that. Thank you very much for your support on Patreon, and indeed on PayPal as well. Thank you so much for all your help. It means an awful lot to me. Your support is just humbling, to say the least. So thank you very, very much, and subscribe, share and tell everyone. easy oil painting. Okay, so I'll see you next time. I'll be doing something with fir trees next time, so I look forward to that, and maybe a nice big landscape, maybe sunset or something. So leave comments, stephenconway12@gmail.com. I'd love to see what you think, and have some fun painting. Just don't take it seriously, just enjoy it, have a bit of fun, okay? So God bless, and I'll see you again very soon.